Hey everyone, so let's understand about the energy consumption and environmental impact of generative AI in software testing. So when we are using generative AI, for example, it doesn't matter it's software testing or any other field, wherever we are using large language models and generative AI, let's see how much environmental impact these tools have and the energy consumption. So now every technology that evolves, right? So for example, when we had this cloud data centers, do you think so? Basically, say for example, we assume that in our homes we have the laptops. So have you ever imagined that how much energy on a single day the laptop consumes overall? And when we consume the energy, or basically the laptop consumes energy, it's an impact or the carbon footprint on the environment. Now convert or translate that to a cloud data center. Can you imagine how many servers run in a data center day in, day out, 24/7, 365 days? And the amount of computational needs depending on the amount of internet usage and processing usage that is evolving day by day. On top of that, now we have the large language models, generative AI, which even requires much more energy consumption. So the servers, the processors are very high and need lot of processing power. So lot of energy consumption. That means major environmental impact. So Gen AI has lot of energy consumption and major environmental impact. So think twice when you go ahead and open ChatGPT or open Microsoft Copilot or Google Gemini and start typing something and thinking just using it as a search engine. In the background, there is a large language model. So basically your query that you are typing in, the prompt that you are typing in is basically broken down into tokens. It's tokenized, then it's basically processed by the large language models. When you process, it is high computational demand. There are processors, there are servers, so it computes and then provides the outcome back. So network usage, the processing usage, everything involves the consumption or energy consumption. So if we talk about a couple of key areas, so high computational demand. So generative AI, large language model, training and processing LLMs requires extensive specialized hardware resources. So this, whatever I have been talking till now about LLM is basically using LLM. Before that, when these large language models are trained itself, when the training is happening on the large data set, so you can see millions and millions of text, data, the books are digitized and then the model is trained. During the training, images, videos, audios, so a lot of data is fed. The training of the model itself requires lots and lots of specialized hardware, which requires power, energy to run. So high computational demand is there for training any of these models. Then when these models are basically deployed, so all of these, mostly these models you will see, they are rarely on-prem. Companies prefer the cloud models or service delivery based model. For example, we go into the GitHub Copilot, okay, and I simply go ahead and choose a model, and I'll show you with an example once we finish these details. Okay, so because of the service delivery model, these models are offered as a web-based services, which adds continuous operational overhead every time, or 24/7 by 365 somebody is accessing these models. It needs to be up and running every time. So because of that, there is a lot of overhead, computational continuous operational overhead, which is in turn requiring energy consumption. Then system load increase. So usage of LLM, it raises the demand on end user services, end user devices, communication networks, and large scale data centers. Okay, so not only the computational demand, but your network, your internet, communication, end user devices, large scale data center, all of that load increases. Environmental impact, if we conclude or if we combine everything together, at the end of the day, it's all carbon footprint. The more energy we consume, it contributes increased carbon footprint and sustainability concerns for the world. And that is the reason when we are using any of the technology, when we are embracing any of the technology, we need to be also aware of the carbon footprint, the energy consumption, the environmental impact these models are having before we go ahead and use them for the scenarios and cases which we can easily do manually. Okay, so not for everything you should be going ahead and using large language model. It's not recommended, because you should not use fire hose to put out a match. So that's very important thing to remember, that when and for what type of tasks you are going to use GenAI and these large language models. Now, if we talk about the delivery model, okay, so let's say I'm using this gemini.google.com. Now you can imagine that the service model is basically, it's cloud-based, available 24/7 by 365. All the time you will see gemini.google.com. You can go ahead, use it at any time of the day, night, whatever. So that means the server, the processors that are running behind are actually operational all the time. They are consuming energy and resources, and in turn carbon footprint. So think twice before you go ahead and type anything and use these models as search engines, personally as well, and even in the projects. Use these because these are powerful tools. So use them wisely for the task that they are actually meant for. All right. Another example I want to show you is about the energy usage estimator. So for example, depending on the number of tokens and the model you can choose, so you can go to tokenomics.ai. Here, depending on the tokens and AI model, on a high level, you will be able to understand how much carbon footprint, the emissions, and the cost, energy cost, is involved when you are using, say for example, these many tokens, okay, and a model. So for example, if I go ahead and say I choose a Gemini 3 Pro, so you'll see the operational carbon dioxide emissions, and then the total energy that it will basically use for those many tokens, the water, and overall estimated energy cost. Okay, just with how many tokens? If I say for example, let me reduce it to 100,000 tokens. Okay, that's the basic calculation. You can see just for 100,000 tokens, 6 liters of water is required. That's the carbon dioxide operational, the total energy that it's going to consume, right? And 100,000 tokens are like nothing for the task that we usually do in GitHub Copilot for programming, for the test automation, code generation, etc. So you can imagine how much major impact these models have on the environment. Okay, so that's the real example. Go ahead, also maybe bookmark this and see how much each model is basically consuming in terms of energy and water and carbon dioxide. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial. Thank you. See you in the next one.